Pranayam. Pranayam activates prana in body and uplifts good health. Fun activities. Fun activities refreshes and adds joy. Maitri Milan. Maitri Milan. Appreciating someone make others feel good about what they do. It's a key to any relationship. Group meditation. Group meditation enables collective consciousness to transcend. Enjoying the retreat. Benefits. Atmantan works at the deep root level to change the thought pattern of an individual. Nature retreat programs have transformed lives of many people by adding bliss, wisdom, and contentment to their lives.
So now we will going ahead with our recap session, and I'll hand over to Dr. R.M. Mehra, sir. Sir, please.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. And I welcome you all. Namaskar. Okay, this is a small recap session. Actual session will start after 1 hour, maybe now 45 minutes from now. I hope I'm audible to all of you. You were able to hear my voice. Okay. Last time when we had a session, we started understanding there is a need to understand the mind. Why is there a need to understand the mind? See, this is a ground reality that we have a body. It's a ground reality. It's functional. There is a physiology that is working inside. But there is a system which is governing this physical system. The moment we are able to understand what governs the body, how is it governed, why do we have habits, why do we have dreams, things become simpler for us. One very basic thing that I would appreciate if those who are comfortable can open their videos. It would look like I'm in a class and we can interact with each other. Thank you, Sunil ji. I can see you. Thank you. And Chitra, if you can also switch on your video, it'll be nice. Anyhow, if you're not comfortable, it's absolutely okay. Now let's continue. There are 3 states of consciousness. One state is the waking state, right? I am in the waking state. Waking state means I'm aware of my body. I'm aware of everything happening in my body. For example, there is some pain somewhere, some blockage, anything that is happening in and around the body, any itching, cold feeling, any sensation. I have body consciousness because I'm in a conscious state of mind. I'm in a waking state. The state is waking state. Right now, I'm aware. Aware of what? Number one, body. Number two, time. I know it is 2020. I know there is a coronavirus. I know about all that happening. So I'm aware of the body. I'm aware of time. And the third thing is I'm aware about the world. I'm aware about people, different countries, data, economy, all that. So three things right now in this state, I am aware. Not just me, I'm talking about everyone. In the waking state, which technically we call as the conscious state of mind, I'm aware, I have body consciousness, I have time consciousness, I have world consciousness, right? But maybe 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the night, I transcend my mind. And when I transcend my mind, I go to sleep. Now let us understand, when I go to sleep, there are two states that can happen. From waking state, the transition will take place, and there are two states that can take place. One, the deep sleep state. What is a deep sleep state? It is a state where you do not have any kind of awareness. You are into that deep state of existence merely as a consciousness. You are deep into the self. And if you are sleeping for 8 hours, out of the 8 hours, generally the dreams are very, very short, 2.5 minutes. Even if you see 2 to 3 dreams, not more than 10 minutes. So the maximum time during the sleep, you are in the deep sleep state. You go to sleep, and if your spouse wakes you up, you suddenly say, why are you waking me up? Come on, I just slept just now. And she says, just now? It has been 8 hours. You have been 10 hours. You've been sleeping. Get up. Then you realize, Acha, I've been sleeping for 8 to 10 hours. For those 8 to 10 hours, you have no idea of what is happening. You are deep into the self. Neither you have the body consciousness, nor the time consciousness, nor the world consciousness. The third stage is the dream stage, where the mind creates visuals, a kind of a movie. Just think, the mind chooses the characters, chooses the background scene, chooses the whole story, frames everything. You are the actor, you are the director, you are the producer, and you are the one who's seeing it. So it's totally your mental creation. But the best part of the story is, can you deliberately sit and create your dream? For example, you have to go to sleep. You just think, okay, this time I'm going to plan a dream of Switzerland, and today I'm going to see a dream of Switzerland. That won't happen. You may think before going to sleep, okay, I'm going to, but actually when you will sleep, you will find that you see something else. When you try to do a deep thinking, you will try and understand very clearly, there is something unknown. There is something unknown, powerful in us, which is working irrespective of our information and knowledge. There is something unknown, mystical in us, which is not completely known. That creates a desire to know what is in me, which is not known to me in this state. Because I see a dream, whereby I didn't create the dream. I didn't give myself an order to show me this dream. Why did I see the dream, and who created the dream? That means that gives me a reason. That gives me a reason to understand the unknown. That gives me a reason to hunt, find out the facts, what science says, facts, what the Vedic and the yogic literature says, facts. How can I understand myself in a better manner? How can I explore myself in a better manner? How can I control myself in a better manner? So I said 3. 1, waking state. We are right now in the waking state. Second, the dream state, a state of communication. And third, deep sleep state. The deep sleep state is a state when you are actually existing as a mere consciousness. I tell you, I'll give you a small example. A person who has some severe backache and he is hospitalized. The person is screaming out of pain. Doctors know that he has a lot of pain. The simplest thing immediately that they would choose to do is giving them a sedative. The moment they give them a sedative, the person transcends the mind from the conscious state, the waking state, to another state that we'll call as the subconscious state. The moment the person transcends the mind, there is no consciousness, no awareness of the body. The pain is still there. The person does not recognize the pain and go to sleep. See, if the person had pain, the person should scream during the sleep as well. But that hardly happens. Mostly the moment you transcend your mind drifts from the conscious to the subconscious state. From the waking state to the deep sleep state, immediately your mind is away from time consciousness, body consciousness, and the world consciousness. But where is it at that time? Why am I saying all this? I find need to know the unknown. I find there is a need to understand where is the control systems. Today we'll watch a wonderful video, and next time we'll watch another couple of scientific experiments also that people have done, and how they would understand where the control lies in our life, why we are not able to handle our life, why we are not that strong enough to handle, because the control is somewhere else. So if you think, you don't just think about the waking state, the conscious state of mind. You go beyond that and try and understand that there is something yet to be known. Okay, I'll share a small presentation with you. You can make small notes as well if you feel like, and rest, keep listening to me. That would be sufficient. Just a minute, just hold on. So this would be a journey of understanding the mind, various facets of mind, how we can program the mind, how we can, in our simple day-to-day life, we can try to make a life better with help of the mind. So this would be a journey. This is a program of now 7 sessions. And after this session, there'll be 6 more sessions. We'll be meeting on every Sunday. And for Canadian students, it is 10 to 12. For the Indian students, 7:30 to 9:30, that is the time. And I think a couple of people have joined us from Paris as well. Is the screen visible? So we were talking about the mind, and we were talking that there is a need to know the mind, how it functions, what are the different states of consciousness. And such a training basically helps us to be conscious in all the states. And when we'll understand the mind, it will be easy for us to understand how to control it. We will also talk about habits later on. Why Is it easy to catch the habits and it is difficult to leave them? A little bit about dream. Maybe I've given a small introduction that it's a way of communication between the different states of minds. But today we'll talk about specifically about the subconscious mind and the conscious mind today. So I hope we are able to understand that these are the three states of consciousness. Right now we are in the waking state. And how does the waking state function? We have the five senses, that is the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the skin. And through these five sensory perceptions, mind is gathering, the conscious mind, in our waking state. Right now we are in the waking state. So it is gathering information from the external world, continuously gathering informations. And where is it filling those information? Because certainly it is filled somewhere, because we close our eyes and think, okay, last month we went to that place, and it comes to my mind, yes, I met such and such person. So certainly it is stored somewhere. So in the waking state, which is technically called as the conscious state of mind, we, through the help of, or with the help of the five sense or the sensory perceptions, that is eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, we are gathering information. Simply gathering information and analyzing it and filling it somewhere. Now, this information is going to another state of mind called subconscious mind. Subconscious mind. Now, subconscious mind, I'll show you an image where I'm trying to show it like a bag where I'm filling this important information. So in the subconscious mind, we have two states. One is the dream state, which is again a state of communication between the conscious and the subconscious. Now, the subconscious mind, because it is loaded with millions and millions and millions of informations, it picks up those informations which are acting like a trigger, disturbing us. It picks up all those informations, creates a movie and communicates with us. And the most mystic state of mind is the deep sleep state, the deeper state of subconscious mind, where there is no communication happening. So the deep sleep state, where I am absolutely deep into my sleep, maybe snoring, maybe it's not certain. So deep sleep state where I exist as mere consciousness. I exist as mere body. I exist as mere consciousness, as a mere energy. So this is the state where I do not have the body consciousness, I do not have the time consciousness, and I do not have the world consciousness. Now, let us understand that the brain that we carry in the skull is a hardware. It's physical in nature. It is visible, can be tested, many things can be done. But the mind that we are referring to is like the software. It is that operating system which is gathering information, continuously gathering information from the world around us, people, their actions, their reactions, from the things we see, from the markets we go, the cities we visit, all kind of things. Very, very fast through the visuals and other systems, the five systems, the sensory systems. It is gathering information and it is taking them, storing them, very carefully storing them, managing this information and retrieving it whenever required. So it is all your mind. It is all what you have collected. But whenever you require it and whatever you require it, you get it. But remember, the bag that I'm talking about, the subconscious mind that I'm talking about, will work on the concept of prioritization. Whatever you prioritize will come on the top. Whatever you prioritize will come on the top. What you don't prioritize will go down. So you may not remember certain facts which you have never prioritized. For example, a person doesn't like mathematics. The person would forget the name of the teacher, would even forget that you studied algebra or geometry. You would forget that because you had never prioritized it. And on the contrary, you liked English or you liked biology. You'll remember every chapter, diagrams, teacher, their examples. Subconscious mind keeps the files that you have prioritized on the top. So whenever the conscious mind needs them, it's there. So this image, if you can see the structure of mind, this image, if you can see, the top part of the mind is the conscious. Actually, right now we are in the conscious state. And the lower part, because we cannot show a very big image, but millions of times bigger than the conscious. It's so big, so big. No data, nobody can tell how much of information is there. I'll show you a video which will compare human mind with a computer. I'll show a video in the next session when other people join us. So this mind is right now the waking state where we are aware of the body, the time, and the world. So in this conscious state of mind is just part of iceberg which is visible. But believe me, there's such a huge part of us which is not visible. There is a thick line called barrier. Mind transition takes place automatically. The mind, the transition of mind from conscious to subconscious, from waking to deep sleep takes place. Every day takes place, but by its own. When we think we need sleep, it is actually the time when the mind needs time to analyze the data you have collected. Believe me, out of 24 hours, 16 hours you're collecting information, collecting facts, collecting figures, data, continuously doing it. And there reaches a point when the subconscious wants some time to sort the files, to analyze them. And undoubtedly the body needs relaxation, but it closes the sensory gates. You close your eyes when you go to sleep. 101%, all your sensory perceptions are not working, all of them when you go to sleep. They are like squeezed. And the subconscious, when you are in a deep sleep state, mending, repairing your body, doing inner healing, and sorting the files. So 1/3 of your day is in the subconscious state during the sleep. 2/3 of your day is in the conscious state of mind. You are in the waking state. Now 2/3 time you are only collecting data. One question comes, how useful is that data that you're collecting? Is it genuinely an appropriate data that you require, or without an appropriate filter, you are just merely collecting? That's a question. Another perspective. Why is this transition required? Because the data you collect, you carry a body, you carry a conscious mind, both of them need a support, a back-end support. The subconscious mind, because that is a memory, a collection of facts. I'll talk about it after some time, that if it is a trained mind, it works like a guru. So this subconscious mind, which is a bag of unlimited information, has a lot of latent powers, information, facts, a lot of things hidden in it. And there are two levels. If you look at this image, you can see there are two. One is subconscious. A lot of people say it is conscious and subconscious. Thereby, there are another theories by a lot of people who say that the lowest part of the subconscious is called unconscious. Now, don't relate it to the unconscious word used by medical doctors. This is unconscious means, so there are information that the mind knows. For example, whatever information you have right now is the information that is in the conscious mind. But just imagine there is unlimited information, the subconscious, and there is much, much more information below the subconscious also. So there is a huge bag of information, but in totality, you can call it just subconscious or conscious. But for convenience sake, we say conscious, subconscious, unconscious. Unconscious is that information which is deep, 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 deep embedded within us. Generally, the conscious mind is between 5 to 10%, or maybe less than 5 sometimes. And we use less than 3% of our total capacities. So now this is one of our images that we have created. This is how we can visualize. This is how we can understand the mind is. Now we can see the gentleman has a brain, which is a physical, which is an organ, but the software, which is the mind, you can see it is like a bag, which is filled with various information. We can call it technically as impressions. Full of. The upper part is the conscious mind, which you generally require frequently. So you have it. You think of it, the information comes. You think of it. And remember, anything that you do repetitively will be in the conscious state. Something that you do occasionally will be in the subconscious state. And something you haven't done for years will go at the unconscious level. So one, repetition. Second, so you have to hold the keywords. You have to write them down. So they will be of some help to us. Now let us understand this human mind is a baggage of desires, thoughts, emotions, imaginations. It is full of. Whenever we ask people to close their eyes and close their eyes to meditate, oh, they see a flood of thoughts. They see flooding emotions. They have imaginations. They have unlimited desires. Everything is coming. Maybe when their eyes were open, it was still okay. When the moment they close their eyes, they can't hold on. There is so much of happening. There is an action happening. We'll do a meditation exercise today. A lot of people find it very difficult to close their eyes because the moment they close their eyes, they say, oh God, it's a flood. They think of their relatives, they think of their relationships, they think of their breakups, they think of their separations, maybe some good relationships, they think of God, they can think of anything, but they realize they have a baggage. Now let me first take a confirmation that you are able to understand or you are able to listen to me. Am I audible? Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, thank you so much. That was sufficient. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let us understand this segregation, this division. Actually, consciousness is one. It's only the incapability of extending the conscious mind, knowing the limited part of the total mind. Only the mind that is known to us is called conscious. Something that is not known to us is simply named as subconscious. Or something which is beyond capacities is named as unconscious. But believe me, there have been the yogic practices claim that people have touched the unconscious levels and where they have explored not just their own past lives, whatever is happening in their life, whatever is happening in the present time, but they have, calculated the cosmic connection. They have understood cosmology and they have decoded a lot of facts of universe. The facts they had decoded thousands of years back are even people are proving them now. So capacities are great. Only perspective is that how to explore them and how to empower ourselves. So conscious mind is like the captain of the ship. But like a reception in an office, you can see somebody standing on or somebody sitting comfortably front office and receiving the guests, taking the informations, analyzing them, and then sending it to the back office. So we are right now, what are we doing when we are in the conscious state or in the waking state? We are simply, all the sensory perceptions are open outside. So from the external world, we are gathering informations. And where are they going? They are going to the internal world. All this external world informations, all that the action and the play that is happening, all that facts and informations, the conscious mind is collecting. Through how many doors? Generally 5. Right? Visual perception, aromatic perception, like eyes, nose, ears, tongue, skin, right? All the 5 senses. So it is taking the facts and taking them, analyzing them, and then filling it into bag. So it is like the captain of the ship. It is communicating with the external world, gathering all the information and taking it to our inner world. There is an inner world. That is why in that inner world, when you close your eyes, you can see an action. You can see thoughts. You can see desires. You can see weird imaginations. Many things are happening. So there is something inside as well. So, but since the sensory perception is opening outside, we are only thinking either we exist like this or we do not exist. People don't know what happens when they are in the deep sleep state. They don't know. They say, I don't have no idea, no experience as such. But for 8 hours, I was lying at one place. I don't know what happens at that time. But believe me, at that time, we are connected to the inner world. The world of thoughts, emotions, desires, perceptions, all that. We've been collecting. It's again our world. So it communicates, the conscious mind communicates to the outer world and to the inner world through the various things. And how does it communicate? Through pictures, through the words, through movements, actions, all that. So 3 things the conscious mind can do. There are 3 things that the conscious mind can do. Number 1, it can gather information. I told you. We can only collect facts from the outer world through the conscious mind, and it can be filled in subconscious. Second, remember, this is the only state which can imagine and discriminate between reality. Now, there is a logical perspective with the conscious mind. It can imagine and discriminate between the reality and the imagination. This is the only state. And the third thing that we can do with the conscious mind is direct focus. What is directing focus? Directing focus means you gather all your attention at one place and then move inside. So conscious mind can do 3 things. 1, gather informations. 2nd, it can imagine or discriminate between reality and imagination. And the third thing is it is capable of directing the focus. That means gathering all that attention at one place and then moving inside. Because it moves inside every day. When you go to sleep, you hardly understand what is happening. You suddenly close your eyes and then after 5 minutes you observe, oh no, there is no one to observe. The me is gone. Me or my is gone. You are into another world. Again, it is your world. It's the inner world. So, conscious mind is that state which is outwardly connecting datas, imagining, discriminating, or focusing and then transcending to what? The subconscious state. Transcending to what? The subconscious state. And remember, subconscious state is going to be the master because it has the control. It has immense control. It is that part of the mind, that part of the consciousness which holds your habits. It is that part which holds your beliefs, which is like a kid, but very powerful. Your health, your peace, your happiness is all rooted there. So, we'll proceed. We'll take a break of 10 minutes. In the meantime, other people will join us and then we'll continue with the session. In any case, if you have any query, you feel free to ask. You feel free to ask if you wish to ask something which we have discussed right now. And then obviously we'll continue with the session. Any queries? Okay. Okay. That was just a brief about what we had done in the last session. And I think after 14-15 minutes, we'll again start the session. And then we'll be doing a small part of meditation. And we'll be further understanding subconscious. We'll be watching a video. And that's it. So you just continue being there. If you wish, you can close your video and take a break and come back again. So after 15 minutes, we'll start again. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you.